Did you know that there are three dragons in He-Man? Granomir, Shadowwing, and Torm. Hi, I'm the Dragon Queen. Today we're doing our He-Man review. Why today? Well, my polar bear ended up having to work, so figured I'd do it today. I have thoughts about this, and I do have a Skeletor popcorn bucket. It doesn't fit in HCS's hands because it's too heavy. But as someone who watched He-Man, good morning, Ron. This movie kind of bothered me. For anyone who's never seen He-Man, it's a fun movie. It's too long. I think that they could have cut the first part. They should have redid the entire story, kept it canon to the cartoon, where Adam is fighting Skeletor on Eternia, or He-Man is fighting Skeletor on Eternia, protecting the palace, protecting Grayskull, which is his job. If you've never seen He-Man, that is his job. Protect Castle Grayskull. Protect the sorceress. The first part is too long. Because they did I think it was part of the 1980s movie where he went to Earth, which I understand. The thing about this is He-Man has a rich history that is like nobody else's. He did not start out as a cartoon. He started out as an action figure. He started out as a little action figure that you bought off the shelf. He had a little comic that came with him. And I think at that time is when they made that 1980s movie where there was no established story plot. I could be wrong on the timing on that, but I believe the cartoon came right after that. And when they established that he was on Eternia, gave him the fantasy plot where he was protecting Castle Grayskull and all that. So I understand that confusion, but now that we have an established lore, I think it would have been better if he just fought Skeletor on Eternia. Bring back his roots. Don't let King Randor die. I was a little aggravated about all that. This story plot is very similar, unfortunately, to She-Ra. And I don't like that for He-Man. I also don't like the fact that they made fun of his dual personalities. In the cartoon, Adam was always weak. That is true. That is 100% true. But when he became He-Man, it was a different identity. It's kind of like Clark and Superman. Clark is this weak reporter who just reports, and Superman is the strong guy who goes out and saves the world. That's pretty much what it was, except it was with a sword. And the sword was important, and the sorceress was important. I don't like the connectivity of the castle, sort of, but he has control. He has control, Ron. He-Man has control. He knows who he is. Only like 2 people knew his identity, and that was Man-at-Arms and the sorceress. Not everybody knew who he was. It's kind of like Lois and Clark. Eventually, yes, Lois finds out that he's Superman, but it was a continuous thing. Not everybody and their mom knew who He-Man was. So, as someone who watched the cartoon, this aggravated me. Like I said, the connectivity to the palace also aggravated me. Castle Grayskull has its own defenses. Its defenses are the fact that the drawbridge is always closed. Always. No one gets in unless you're He-Man Or you have permission from the sorceress, who was another important part of the cartoon. She was the defense of Castle Grayskull. She just didn't let bad guys come in and say, "Oh, here we are." That it aggravated me. It really, really, truly did. Um, but that's yeah. I didn't see Courtney Cox. I saw Dolph Lundberg, which is fine. They could again, it's me looking at this from a perspective of being someone who watched the cartoons. I feel like they just tried to adapt the 1980s movie. Yes. Yes. I feel like they tried to adapt the 1980s movie for more modern times and plastered a lot of the E-Man aspects from the cartoons on top of it. They made the 1980s movie more concise. Basically, what they did. That's all they did. It has no bearing on the cartoons whatsoever. I mean, yeah, they gave you the iconic characters and all that, but it just, for me, it didn't feel like, oh, he was great. He was great. He actually did a good job. I think he has found his calling in being a voice actor. He needs to do more iconic characters like this. Put him behind a mask. Don't let people see him. This is his calling. You know, if you put him behind a bad guy who's just bad, he's great. He's great. He was great. Don't get me wrong. The visuals were great. The action was great. Yeah, this is one of the popcorn buckets, and it lights up like that. This is the only popcorn bucket they had left when I went. The sword was sold out. The castle was sold out. They still had a couple of the He-Man cups. They had a couple of the ones with the toppers, but I didn't buy any of those. I just wanted the skeleton. I mean, I have a. But Jared Leto was great. I think the acting was good. You know, I think they were a little heavy on focusing a little bit too much on Tila. I understand. I don't know about DePere. I think so. That mall is still exists. I know. I drive by it every time I go to work. That mall is still very vibrant in there. The Mid Rivers Mall is still there. It still has a cinema. So I don't go to those. I go to the St. Charles has a cinema now, literally right on the river. I know it's been a while since you've been here, but St. Charles literally has a cinema right on the river. Yeah, they did. They did that last year. Yeah, last year. I actually got some stuff from the auction from that mall. But yeah, it has good action, has good visuals once it gets going. I think it's just, I truly believe this is a modern version of the 1980s movies. That's what I believe. I had some fun. There were some laughs. There were also the forced jokes that Drinker pointed out. I could see them. They were forced. They were 100% forced. I didn't laugh. I mean, a couple other people laughed, but it's not easy to get me to laugh. The couple jokes they did pull across, I did laugh. So, yeah. I just feel like if they had followed the cartoon, they would have made a shorter movie that would have been more fun, and they could have had probably made more money. That's the way I feel about this. I mean, overall, it's better than Superman. I think I gave Superman a 7. It's now like a 6 on my radar. But yeah, this one gets a 7 for me. I mean, you'll enjoy yourself once, like I said, once the action gets going, you'll enjoy it. Uh, no. Ron, you have no idea. You have no idea. I tell my husband nobody wants to see that all the time. Not even me. So I tell him that. I make that joke in front of friends too. They all know. They know how big. Yeah, they know how big my husband is. My husband is pretty huge. Uh, my husband's pretty huge. He's trying to lose some weight, but he said he's lost some weight. He don't look like he's lost any weight, but he also has height to go with him. I know I've been heard that Jonas is like 6 feet tall and something. My husband's like 6 feet tall, so it would be interesting to see Jonas and him. I'm still waiting for Jonas to win the staring contest. I saw the other day, I saw Friday where he had changed his avatar. I think he's lost his staring contest to Wilton's dad here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I need to work out more. I have not worked out at all. My upper body is worked out constantly, but not my lower body. Trying to get things done. I got to check my schedule. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, it is hard. It's harder when you get older. It doesn't want to come off. It doesn't want to come off at all. But what are we up to? I'm currently working on, the Reanimator. Yeah. For MJ, so she can see this is the animatronic I'm working on. This is called the Reanimator. It's about 15 years old. I had to clean the chip off of stuff. I don't think I've lost any weight. I get tired. No. It's literally 15 years old, this guy. This guy is 15 years old. I've had to clean the chip for him. We focused on that this week. I'm going to check my schedule, find out when I'm off. I might be off tomorrow. I don't know yet. I kind of want to wait until 10 a.m. this afternoon. But that doesn't mean squat. It's, when they tell me what my schedule is, I could go in and they'll be like, hey, could you come in tomorrow? Really? Because they got nobody else. So we were working on that, working on the little Reanimator there. I did finally get the smaller speakers, so hopefully I can get I believe it, Ron. Unfortunately, it's sad how far she's fallen because, I did like her in House of the Dragon. I'm not going to see Supergirl. No interest. I think maybe we'll go see Minions, but if we go see Minions, it's going to be like on Sunday because that weekend is 4th of July weekend. Yeah, I don't travel out 4th of July weekend because 9 times out of 10, every city imaginable has a parade. So you can't get out of any neighborhood. I mean, the only plus side I have, I don't have to travel through a neighborhood. But yeah, we're so depending on my schedule this week, I want to try and get the sound chip for Rocky programmed. That is a goal depending on my schedule. We'll get that programmed so that I can start working on the technical aspects of getting Rocky up. Yeah, I am like 10 minutes from the airport, quite literally. Maybe 5. It takes me 20 minutes to get to the zoo. Maybe, depending on traffic. A lot of stuff has changed around here. I mean, a lot. It's no longer what it used to be, especially downtown. Downtown is I don't go downtown after dark. Yeah. Chesterfield is a rough 45 minutes for me. Yeah, that's where I am. Depending on traffic. And they got construction right there. Yeah. I'm a McClure graduate. McClure Senior High School. To be specific, I have to be specific because they had North. They now have South. South is in Ferguson there. Yeah. My polar bear is a McClure graduate, I think. He graduated in the other one. So, but he grew up in Florissant. Yeah. But so yeah, we're gonna try and program the Rocky Chip this week, depending on my schedule. That is a goal. I don't miss emos. I'm not an emos person, unfortunately. I did. I've had it. I'm not a fan. Not the only thing I think the thing I would miss the most if I were to move away would be ravioli. I love ravioli. Absolutely love the toasted ravs. Sure. I do work at a weird schedule, but oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm coming your way, Ron. I'm coming your way. I'm coming to Florida. September. First week of September. Labor Day weekend. That whole week. Yes. I'm going to Epic. That was my Epic decision. It was made this week. We're going to Epic, I think 3 days. Yeah. 3 days, maybe 4. But we're spending that. Yeah, I think we're coming in that Sunday before Labor Day. And then I believe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we're spending in the park. Neither of us do Harry Potter, so we are not going to that part. He doesn't like water parks. I don't mind them, but I'm not going to go down the rides and stuff like that just because of my back and all that. I've been down a couple water slides and they're not easy on me. I mean, the last time we were down there, yeah, last year we went to Disney. That was before they destroyed the beautiful Tom Sawyer's island there. Man. Yeah, it's just not my thing. It never has been. Like I told, yeah, that's one of the lands we're going to. We're definitely going to Dark Universe because I want to see the monsters. I love the monsters. 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 I mean, Wilton's dad is a monster. But we are on week 2 of watching for the Wizards announcement. Waiting for that. Like I said last week, the Wizard is Home Depot. Waiting for Home Depot to let me know when Wilton's brother will be available. I'm waiting for that. Once he's available, he will be bought and brought, and we'll have a summoning live stream. I'll let Steve know when the live stream will happen. But yeah, Grumpy Broccoli is floral, in case you don't know. I've been running Wilton's dad here. Yeah, you have fun. But Yeah. That's the whole joke here that Jonas does not understand. He can never win a staring contest with instead. He doesn't blink. Uh but I'm having fun with it. So I'm trying not to go over with that one. Other than that though, let's see. We covered yeah, we're rewiring the chip for this guy. In case you see this, MJ. This is the guy I was telling you about. Those animator lights in the previous video. And I think apparently YouTube changed their policies, so I might be able to live stream from my phone. I will check that out as well. So that might be a thing. We might be able to set that up where I can live stream from my phone. That would be pretty fun if I can. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah. Trying to program the Rocky chip this week. Get that done. Get the technical aspects video done. Try to. I'm going to try. Again, I got to check my schedule. Um, Other than that, though, I got really nothing else going on. Where that first week of September, yeah, we're going to Epic. I'm going to Epic. So we'll be down there. I hope to sometime the end of this month work on stuff for. Oh yeah, we're working on stuff for Steve, Floral, and Wilton. All three right there. And MJ, I haven't forgotten. Um, but I had some stuff happen this week, so I kind of got distracted with other things. So the end of this month, we're going to try and make our purchases for shirts and to make a Wilton plush, baby Wilton plush. He'll be about this big. I'll base him off the AI image that I created, and we'll send three of them. I plan on sending three of them. I'll make one for Culture, I'll make one for MJ, and then we'll make one for Steve, so they can all go in their different directions there. But other than that, I have nothing else going on. So hopefully you have a good day. And as always, hugs for all.